Hello, and my colleague is alongside with me here. Better still be introducing himself. But today is quite fascinating discussions that we're going to be having here. So don't you go away. We'll take a short break. As we come back, we'll give a vivid description and introduction to this program. And the person that is with us today, I will be having a more and more discussion with us. So we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Okay, orange, yeah?
There was no stuff.
So this is
Eddie C. Youngster.
hmm?
Eddie C. Youngster.
Let me see, yes, it's
Yeah,
really
general check there.
Eddie, right?
Eddie,
C.
Eddie.
All right, no time to wait. We come back. Like we said, we're going to take a short break to be right back. And we are back. So I've been joined by my colleague. She's alongside with me. So welcome.
Yeah,
Elijah
yeah.
Sise.
let me say things again. We're actually back on the program Youth in Society.
Sure.
There's a platform that was actually created by the Renaissance Communication Incorporated families, so that we can discuss issue actually confronting our society, our young people. So we are here every Saturday from 2 up to 3, where we discuss issue actually confronting the youth of our country. Talk about some issues. So now we dive into politics. So again, let me say welcome to all of you listening to the radio right now. We're going to be here again, talking to one of the student leaders from the student unification party, a person of LC.
let me hold you
Okay.
there. Whenever you are talking about student unification party,
Okay.
there's the word that always attached to the soup. I don't know whether you can call that word before you pronounce the name of the entire party. There's a word attached to student unification party. That is indomitable student
The Vanguard student.
or Vanguard student unification party.
The Vanguard
So I just want to
Student
bring that to
Unification
it. This is a tradition
Okay.
that whenever
Okay.
the supers
Yeah.
they always meet, they won't talk about
Okay.
the party, they always attach
The
those
Vanguard
words.
Student Unification
Indomitable
Party.
or Vanguard student unification party. Okay. So yeah.
So actually, we're going to be talking to the general secretary here today with us in studio, in person of Eddie C. Yancy. We'll be talking a couple of issues like some of the issues we're going to actually look at the urgent need to reopen university, and then we're going to look at the offered MOU amidst the reopening of the school,
Okay.
and with so many other things that are actually affecting the university, the state run university. So we're gonna get a break and be right back, and we're going to actually transition to CD2. Okay.
So these are key issues, right?
Yeah.
The urgent need to reopen offer
Feel commitment. Yeah.
and they're paying
I'll handle the screen.
sorry.
I can hear you. Hello.
Offer
Oh, you missed.
the worker
Okay.
commitment, right?
Yeah. I feel commitment.
Okay. Start, huh?
Yeah.
All right, like we said, we're going to take a short break and we are already back. So like Makoli said, Elijah just said, we have personality from the University of Liberia. And all of us here, we know, even some of you on the radio line, you know very well that this party called SOUP, even though there have been other people who have some reservation or some problem, but it's hardcore traditional student-based political party at the University of Liberia, a party that have taken almost 40 years plus in existence. So we have a pleasure to join the ever-potent Secretary General of the Vanguard Student Unification Party in person of Eddie Yancey. So it reminds me of Alan Yancey of the so-called Alan Yancey, the vice president of the Republic of Liberia that was involved in Fernando Po crisis. That history is there, how high school students can learn that history. So we're joined by Eddie Yancey. It is our pleasure to have you with us today, Mr. Yancey.
So thank you. First of all, we must make the correction. I'm not a Secretary General of the Vanguard Student Unification Party. I'm a militant.
Oh, okay.
Militant of the Student Unification Party.
Yeah, but
the Secretary General wants to be
we want to know first, militant. Are you a militant chair or what position are you holding among the militants?
We await appointment or any other assignment given to us by the chairman, most powerful man in the campus of University of Liberia. Up to now, he has not come up with that list.
But so do you have the expectation that you be appointed to hold key position?
We militants of the party, we do not have too much level of high expectation of being employed or let's say given an appointment before we do the people work. We are here to do the students' work. Only the students work we are here to do. The Secretary General was to be here, Odisha Moba, but he is busy, so he sent me to.
So he decided to send ever-potent militant to come and discuss the issue relevant to.
Yeah, so Odisha Moba is the Secretary General. So having said that, let me first of all bring you greetings from the chairman, the most powerful man on the campus of University of Liberia, Chairman Sylvester K. Wheeler. He's the chairman of the 33rd Politburo, 33rd Central Committee, and 33rd General Congress of the Revolutionary.
You mean 33rd?
33rd Politburo of the Revolutionary Vanguard Student Unification Party.
Should we say sad or we are not allowed to say? Okay, let's continue.
So, I'm Eddie Yancey, a militant stalwart of the ruling Vanguard Student Unification Party on the campuses of the University of Liberia. So we are in our anniversary era, but amidst that, we have challenges on the campus of the University of Liberia students. So in this light, we see it prudent that we come on the media to inform the people that the students are challenged and the government need to come to their aid.
Okay, thank you ever so much for coming to our core. And we know you already said that you are in the anniversary era, but we'll be talking about that. But there are some key issues that prompted you to come to this. So I'm looking forward to start. What basically in your mind concerning about the University of Liberia you would like to share with the public? The first thing.
The University of Liberia is challenged with so many issues confronting students. On the full campus of the University of Liberia, we are concerned with undergraduate degree. We are too much concerned about the A.M. Douglas-T Medical School. We are concerned with the undergraduate at the Fennel campus, the Capital Hill campus, and the St. J campus. But the main issue on our decks now that the students are the students are on our back, calling off in our inboxes, texting us, and they want to know when are we going back to school. That is the major question now in the corridor of the University of Liberia.
So the reopening of the school.
Reopening of school. And like the university came out last week, they came out with an event. Let's say they came out with a calendar event. And in that calendar event, they said the 18th of November, the school are going to open. The university are going to open and students are going to go back to their classes and do their normal academic activities. But before then,
the authorities said that on the 18th of
November, 18th of November, we have that calendar event. I think all of media institutions published that. And to our ultimate surprise, we saw an MOU coming from OFA. OFA is the University of Liberia Faculty Association. They came up with an MOU. The same old MOU from 2021, 2022, they are coming out with it. They just added another new thing now. They're saying the government Republic of Liberia should, with immediate effect, appoint a new president at the University of Labrador. We have an acting president right now that he has content. He's the acting president. So we students leader, we have seen a concern from there's a coming from the students. The students are eager to go out of school. But we're not seeing any improvement from the University of Labrador, the Anglo University of Labrador, and offer. We are not seeing this situation being settled right now. So we might even go to next year before school open. And that's why we don't want a students leader. Because in this critical time, at this critical juncture, as students leader from the Vanguard Student Unification Party, we take the side of the students. We do not take the side of offer or take the side of the University of Labrador. What we care for is the students. The paramount concern right now on the campus of the University of Labrador is the concern of the students. So the Student Unification Party, the ruling Vanguard Student Unification Party is here to tell the public that we stand by the students and we'll stand with the students for everything.
So let me get it clear. You said the offer had just come out with a new release or MOE also announcement concerning about the reopening. What they said, when the school going to be reopened? Because previously you said the time set was November 18th. So
in their MOU, they said the distance are set from all other academic activity on the campus of the University of Labrador till the government Republic of Labrador and the administration of the University of Labrador meet their positions, their counts inscribed within their MOU. And many of those counts, among those counts, number one, I think, the first one they said all arrears, the current arrears of the arrears and salaries of faculty association members should be paid with immediate effect. The same kind was mentioned in 2021 MOU, 2022 MOU, for we sat at home for almost 6 months and they are bringing the same counts. You can tell me by this time they are not paid them. And they are also telling the University of Labrador Authority that the government Republic of Labrador should appoint the new president with immediate effect. Without that, they will not go back to classes.
So that means they're going to hold the student.
They're going to hold the student hostage. The student will be sitting home for almost 8 months, and that's what we don't want. The Vanguard Student Unification Party cannot sit here and students be sitting home, and the student will not just be sitting home, but they will be calling us as students leader on the campus. And the first concern, let's say, the interest of the students at the university is to acquire tertiary education.
Yeah.
So whether they appoint new president or the delaying appointing new president, that's not our concern. Our concern is to go and get our education at the State University. And that'll be clear to offer. Your responsibility as faculty on our campus, faculty association member on our campus, is to teach the students.
Yeah, but
whether they appoint new president or they appoint new president, they are paying you for teachings.
Let me hold you, Mr. Yansa. You know, when you say your responsibility is to teach, somebody who teaching has a family, or some tax to undertake. Most especially financial.
No, we welcome.
How do you expect a person?
We welcome the account on the issue of arrear and salaries, for which I think the university are taking care of that through the Ministry of Finance. They are taking care of that already. But a major issue here is the new president of the University of Labrador, which will delay the reopening of school. And students will be sitting here and complaining again and doing nothing. Aside from the reopening of school, the university is challenged. We are calling on the University of Labrador Authority and the Government Republic of Labrador to renovate the university campuses. But while in renovation, we want to be going to school. Because if we sit home again, it will be like in 2021, 2022 semester, while we sit home for 8 months. And we saw the AFL battalion on campus doing research, putting the Labrador people that they were renovating the campus. We sat down for 8 months, 2 semester periods, and we went back on campus. We met up with the same ugly bathrooms. We met up with the same situation where students have to use the butchers. We met up with the same situation where people throw chairs from one building to another. We met up with the same OAB building where when you enter the AB building, you think that you are enter a dungeon of witchcraft. You enter the building, you enter a place where they produce the 2008 show called Door War. These are same situations we met up with. So we cannot stay home again for the same situation. Never be in school while attending our classes. We can take the weekend.
So what about the message? What about the messages from the student coming to you to do what? The students are calling people to do what? To how
the students are calling. The students are calling out to intervene and to speak to the issues. So on Monday, the most powerful man on the campus of University of Liberia, Chairman Sylvester K. Wheeler, will be speaking.
Universal
It's
Library.
the most powerful man on the campus of University of Liberia. So you're speaking to the students and speaking to the public on issue affecting students at University of Liberia and on this offer issue and also the University of Liberia issue. Calling on the government to intervene and settle everything. We want to go back to school on November 18. Nothing less and nothing more. That's what the chairman of the Student Unification Party is saying.
I think
So Monday
Macaulay-
you hear from the Student Unification Party.
Yeah, Macaulay
So
want to
now I
come.
don't know, but the Vanguard Student Unification Party, how do they perceive the impact of the closures on the academic progress of the university of students?
Come here again.
I mean, how do the Vanguard Unification Party students, leaders, see the academic impact or progress on students and university?
How do they see
Yeah.
the closure? What
Oh,
impact
yeah.
they making on the student?
We can say negative impact because, for example, someone went to the University of Liberia to spend, let's say, 4 years to go at the University of Liberia undergraduate degree. For the other colleges,
Yeah.
we run 4-year program.
Yeah.
For the engineering college, we run 5-year program.
Okay.
So you went to the University of Liberia to spend 4 years or 5 years in the engineering college.
Yeah.
Then school closed. Every time school closed, every time you see semester breaking down, and there is no impact. Let's say you have a negative impact on you, and the years are adding up. Instead of you spending 4 years, you spend 7, 8 years in the university, and people say you are not serious.
So I want to
So that is a negative impact on the students.
the whole issue of the reopening on November 18. I think that came squarely from the authority of the University of Liberia, right?
Yeah,
So I want to know whether people have engaged with them to find out
Yeah.
whether that November 18 is still holding or they will, back down to the core of offer that saying that until the new president can be appointed, there will be nothing called reopening. So I really want to find out from you. Have people engaged with authority at the university, the president, the vice president, those are responsible to come up with a new calendar? What are people engaged with them?
I think you saw something on the media, the PTA meeting at the university of calling for. The first year in university,
Yeah,
PTA, you saw that, right?
It's not
Yeah.
something that university,
So-
I think it's new or it's not at the
Okay,
basic
good.
level.
So we went to that quote-unquote PTA meeting yesterday
Yeah.
with the University of Liberia Authority. We went to that meeting, series of questions were asked.
Yeah.
And one of the cardinal questions that were asked was, when are we going back to school?
That was a question
That
asked.
was the cardinal question we asked the University of Liberia Authority. The acting president was there,
Okay.
the dean of student affairs was there, and other dignitaries were there from the university. We asked them, when are we going back to school? The president of the University of Liberia, acting president,
Mhm.
Dr. Iazan Contact, told us that we should give him time. They are working on things to get back to us. So we are not satisfied with our response. So that's why the Student Unification Party is coming on Monday to speak to the people and speak to the press, speak to the students. Because in this critical time, we are standing by the students.
So I want, also you have to operate in two fronts. The first one is diplomacy, right?
Yeah.
Then they say if diplomacy fail, then you resort to real militant.
No, on Monday we are not going to
I think
pull
when
our
somebody
American.
is saying that give me time, let me work behind the scene and come up with a
The
new
response we wanted from them was,
Yeah.
we will open November 18th, like we told you in the calendar event.
Okay.
How can you give out a calendar event that we're already dealing with? You already collected money from students for registration fee. They are playing their courses and waiting to go back to classes. You are given admission letter to freshman students, usher freshman students, almost 8,000 freshman students, you usher them in.
Mhm.
Though the capacity of the University of Liberia cannot take the total number of students we have now, we have almost 24,000 students on the campus of the University of Liberia, according to our intelligence.
Mhm.
The capacity is limited. The capacity is most of the campuses are dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Before you go to class,
the
people
cleanliness of the place cannot prevent students of coming. I
listen.
mean,
In the AV building, in the AV building, when reinforce people stand up. They will not sit in the class. They have limited spaces there where the rain don't fall, so they go and stand
okay.
and listen to the instructor. That's why we are saying that the places are dirty.
Yes.
Now to the issue of that's the question you asked.
Yeah,
We
whether
talk about diplomacy. We are not
diplomacy.
going on campus on Monday to venture in what we call the radicalism. We are going to venture into diplomacy. That's why we're informing the public of
Okay.
what is happening. We are informing the students that we want to go to school. We are telling the students to join us to advocate that we want to go to school until, let's say, on November 18, 2024. We want to start classes. That was the calendar event that the public, that's the administration of the
University.
Universal Library gave us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we want to deal with that and hold on to it, go to classes, and do our normal academic activities. So if we pull out this release on Monday,
Mhm.
in that time, we can start to meet, offer the Universal Library Authority to engage them. But they already in the media space
Mhm.
that we want to go to school November 18. Nothing less, nothing more. That's the reason we are going on campus on Monday for the most powerful men on the campus of Universal Library to speak to the students, informing them of all of the engagement we have had. Even before coming here, we had a series of engagement. Like I told you about the meeting yesterday on Capitol
Mhm.
campus. We
Mhm.
have that engagement. It was not fruitful in the interest of the students. It was fruitful in other interests, but not in the interest of the students. And anything that serves as a hindrance to the students' education or the students' interest, it becomes a hindrance to us. It becomes a blockage to us. So we have to go and break that particular barriers that stand in the interest of the students. And the interest of the students is education. If you are not educated,
Mhm.
come here, you have no job to sustain your family.
So your
If you are
basic,
not educated, you will not contribute to the national
Yeah.
growth and development of this country. And we want to contribute to it.
yeah, sure. So your basic going on Monday on campus is to give, information or your words to the student populace
Yeah.
that indeed we stand by you
We
people.
stand by the
There
students.
will be the reopening the school on November 18. What assurance can you give to all that? On Monday, nothing of violence or any other thing will happen.
No, we are not violent students institution. You always know the student, let's say the student unification party for being peaceful.
Yeah, but sometimes they can
We
go
are
off track.
we are the most peaceful students organization in the Republic of Liberia, yeah, Africa. The reason you see sometimes, we go about running and all that stuff,
Mhm.
the state uses the police force and all other forces,
Mhm.
any other forces they have to the authority, they use that force against us to
On one
force us, to
basis.
compare us, to throw stones or other things. But we are peaceful students. We are harmless. We are peaceful. We go on campus. We do our peaceful things. It is only the state that doesn't want the student unification party to flag out contradiction coming from the university angle and coming from the government angle. That's the reason they deploy and employ other tactics to prevent us from speaking to the press and speaking to the power.
So, I don't know, but you don't think the Vanguard Student Unification Party they should hold on a little bit because the acting president right now will actually get information that's been appointed to the United States as ambassador, and maybe they're going to take time to get a president to post some things in order. You don't think?
The acting president being appointed to America as, let's say,
Liberia ambassador.
being nominated as
Yeah.
Liberian ambassador to America, how does that concern the reopening of school? You can
No,
be in
So,
America and school
no,
open.
you know,
Listen,
concern because this man who is holding the university as acting president, he has been given another opportunity to serve another capacity. So it will have to take some time wherein the president will make a board of
we have the
trustees
vice
to choose a
president.
new president.
We have the vice president for academic affairs. The president can control till you have the new president of the University of Liberia. You don't have to necessarily stagnate the students to be sitting home while you go and venture for your job. That is personal gain. We're not discussing somebody personal aggrandizement. We are discussing the interest of the students. Opening the university and allow the students to go to school. While we are going to school,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
your
be going for
demand.
your
That is your
confirmation.
demand that the acting vice president should serve whenever the president is leaving to take another assignment. That is your understanding. But what's about the offer? Will offer accept that? Because offer is the one according for the new appointment of the proper president of the University of Liberia. So you have to look out from the three angles: the student angle, the offer, and then the authority of the school have to sit down. They come up with an amicable solution.
What we are saying here, we are very definite on our issue. Whether offer agrees or not, whether the university agrees not or not, we are saying the University of Liberia gave us a calendar event, and that calendar event must be utilized. We must use it, we must hold it and respect it, that the students return on campus on November 18th.
But somebody
Nothing
is
less than
obstructing the
listen.
calendar.
The person who is
I'm in the
obstructing the calendar,
conversation.
listen.
Yeah.
The person who is obstructing the calendar,
Yeah.
that person is bringing in their own interest, and that interest, we don't want that particular interest to supersede the higher interest here, which is the students' interest.
Mhm.
Because if we say if we do not have a new president now,
Mhm.
there will be no school or no academic activity on the University of Liberia campuses.
Mhm.
It affects the student greater than even the people who teaching. The people who teaching are already gotten that degree, they are working, they're making that money. It doesn't really affect them greatly, but on our side, it affects them negatively, and we don't want that negative impact to have a downtrolling impact on the masses of the Liberian people, especially the students, because our parents are depending on us as students. In other countries, people invest into businesses, but in Liberia, people invest into their children to become their investment, and the investment should yield fruit. So our parents are depending on us. We are not in UL for eternity. We do not live our entire life on the campus of University of Liberia. That's why we are saying we need to go to school, and the process must be speedily. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
On
yes,
November
say
18, we want to go to school.
yes, say you are saying that you want to go to school. When I'm talking about you, I'm talking about entire students.
Mhm.
You are speaking on behalf of the student. You are saying that you want to go to school on November 18, or you want to start your classes on November 18. But people who want to teach you are presenting demand to the university authority until that demand can be met before they go in a respected classes and start teaching. So you are saying that you want to go to school. If the poor demand are not being met, how the people will able to teach people? Or are you going to school to go sit down, no teach or nothing? These are some of the areas that we have to look at.
That's the reason we are coming out here to tell, because some of them are listening to the radio.
Mhm.
Because they are not seeing steps being taken by the students. That's the reason they are very comfortable in making their personal demand that is, detrimental to the students' demand on the campus of University of Liberia. We are here to inform them that if school doesn't open
Mhm.
on November 18,
Mhm.
there will be unspecified revolutionary action. We are clear about that.
Can you
So the
unravel
students,
that
listen,
revolutionary
listen,
something? Can you
the chairman
unravel
will
it?
explain that on Monday. I'm not here to give a policy statement on behalf of the Vanguard Party. We're not here to inform those reactionaries that stopping the students to go to school.
Yeah, but using
On
words
Monday,
that will
listen.
make people intimidated.
No, it's not intimidated.
People may not follow you to go to you because you are using jargon here. And you say the jargon cannot be unraveled by yourself until the chairman, quote unquote, the ever putting chairman of the
The
Vanguard.
ever potent chairman will give the official policy statement on Monday.
So let that get a
And
bit. There was
listen,
certain MOU. Yeah.
fast forward. After that policy statement is given by the chairman of the Vanguard Student Vacation Party, meetings will start to implement the policy statement, be it in favor of offer, be it in favor of the university, or be it in favor of the students, which will show it will be in favor of the students because the Student Navigation Party takes the side of the students in every given situation. So once our policy statement is given, meetings and cadres of the Vanguard Student Vacation Party will start to implement. And that implementation will compel those members of offer
Mhm.
and members of the University of Liberia Authority,
Mhm.
the administration, to go back to the drawing board to reconcile their issue and take out to school on November 18. Nothing less, nothing more. That's what we are saying. We want to let them know
Yeah.
clearly
Mhm.
that we will not compromise the interest of the students. The interest of the students remain supreme. The interest of the students remain paramount at this moment.
Yeah, but Mr. Yancy, if I understand you clearly, the word that you're using, I think the word is too radical because if you want to bring people together to find solution to a problem, and the wording should be in a way that will, cajole, like I understood, cajole people that will be able to persuade them to say, yeah, let understand the student plot, let agree. But you are saying you're going to compare the authority of the university, and that's
I said maybe the policy statement I'll be given on the Vanguard Party to a chairman might compare them to go to let's say agreement to reconcile.
Right, so let that digress a bit. There was some MOU signed by offered. Could you care to comment on that MOU? What was the MOU all about? MOU that was signed by offer I don't know whether Offer somewhere another group or Offer was one.
No offer, bro. They went to a meeting. They came out that resolution or not. Sorry, or not MOU. Where they came out that resolution. The resolution is telling all other members to disengage from all academic activities on campus.
Oh, so that means their resolution was banning on themselves and
On
member
themselves
of the
or a
offer.
member of offer.
Yeah,
Yes.
until their demand
Until their
and met,
demands can be met,
all other offer members to
to
disengage.
disengage
That
from
means they
academic
will
activities.
go school action. None of the teachers will appear in class and teach.
Seriously.
All right. So the next issue, I think you signed this wanted to the president of the republic that there was a commitment made by the president, and until the president can fulfill the commitment. So do you care to comment
Talk
on
about
that?
some of the commitment.
Let's say during the 2023 general and presidential election,
Yeah.
the president of the Republic of Liberia, by then he was a candidate, presidential candidate,
Okay.
running the ticket of Unity Party. He came to the Liberian people with an agenda,
Mhm.
a rescue agenda. In that rescue agenda, you have arrest. We have something called arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arrest
yeah.
is
In
the
that
name.
arrest,
Mhm.
we have a stipulated E.
Mhm.
That E stands for education.
Okay.
And that was the promise to the Liberian people that the educational system of this country will improved under his government
Mhm.
when he had taken over. And today he has taken over. We are now seeing an improvement in education. The whole educational system is going backward instead of going forward. At the University of Liberia, to be specific, where we come from and where we must defend,
Mhm.
we still have students. The same situation under George Manor we are, where students were toting chairs from one building to another, where students were using the butchers to eat themselves. We still see those activities, situations confronting students on the campus of the University of Liberia. The situation where students, where the University of Liberia does not have own boss, we still having the same situation on campus. The campus does not have boss.
Mhm.
So we are calling on the Republic, let's say the government Republic of Liberia through the office of the president
Mhm.
to implement his promises when it comes to education, to emphasize the government whenever he's crafting the budget, the Ministry of Finance is crafting the budget, they must emphasize the budget on education. Because it is education you use to develop this country. If you have too much native people in this country, the country will not develop. Even if doing a good thing as a government, people will not appreciate it. Because they will not look at it from the educated perspective.
Mhm.
So we want to eradicate poverty and also having bunch of people who do not understand policy making.
Mhm.
You must educationalize the system.
Yeah, now, but somebody will say, they say it's so soon, the president just taking over and president has not gone fine, just 10 months. And we talk about improving the education or education, the letter E appearing in the words of arrest.
Arrest.
That education over there, it doesn't simply mean that only University of Liberia are going to benefit, but it will go cut across, even down to grade school. So the president yet
Even at the level of grade school,
Yeah.
if you want to debate that, even at the level of grade school, we still see degeneration instead of improvement.
what else?
Oh, yes.
Eddie,
And-
you don't think we have to give the president some time to work on these things you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, you are talking about time, right? You're talking about time. In this time, maybe he has spent eight months. You want to say 8 months,
Yeah.
right? Almost closer to a year. In less than a year, the president is riding luxurious cars. In less than a year, the president has built condominium for himself. In less than a year,
Doesn't but Joseph
Who that
Boga?
president? Joseph
President
Boga?
Joseph Boga?
Listen.
Joseph Boga built condominium where?
okay, the members of the government, they
Yeah.
are building houses for themselves. And Joseph Boga also renovated and changed the old house to the
So somebody was
mansion.
saying-
Like he-
somebody was saying our president.
The partnership, you know.
a partnership in partnership with somebody. Yeah?
President.
Okay, so listen to me now. In less than a year, members of the government are riding luxurious cars and taking huge sum of salaries that could even be transferred to the educational sector to improve the educational sector of this country. In less than a year, you are saying we should give time, right? In less than a year, people bought 100,000 cars at the Ministry of Commerce
Who is that person?
industry.
When you
The former minister. Okay, yeah, Amin Bola, was he investigated and prosecuted for that crime?
Yes,
Was he prosecuted? No. You are talking about time. I just want to tell you the issue of a time. In less than a year, that's what happened, right? In less than a year.
Yeah, but yes, you are
Yeah,
going to say when somebody resign,
Uh,
the prosecution cannot take immediate effect. There had to be some processes. The government had to put itself together, get access to all those documents, file to the court. Then or LACC can come up with indictment before the government can take issue now to the court. So that will not take 1 week. It will not take 1 month. It will take some months. So you cannot push that and say, but in less than a year, somebody has bought a luxury car. But we are telling you that the person has been, I mean, have been compared to resign. The president has resigned, and the next thing government is about to do now is to check whether there may be a probable case to prosecute the president or not.
you are talking about time, and the government of the Republic of Liberia has already, exhausted or for a budget year. But we are talking about we should give time. In that budget year, the educational system was to be, let's say, focused on and to emphasize on the importance of education in this country in our budget year. But we saw in our budget year, we saw the government of the Republic of Liberia giving the University of Liberia 34 million. 80% of that money goes to salaries and arrears. About 20% go to operation, which cannot solve the problems. The two main problems that students are faced with on the University of Liberia campus. People are buying cars here, but the University of Liberia does not have bus. Then he said we should give time. When Baka was taking over, he did not tell us that we should give him time. He told us he's going to solve series of issues in 100 days. Are we staying in 100 days? Then he's telling us time. We should not be discussing time. We should be discussing the real issue. Mr. Baka should not be giving you all excuses.
President Baka.
For your sake, let's say for the platform's sake,
President
President,
Baka.
okay, President Baka, if that may make you happy.
No,
President Baka.
no, that's a reality.
Okay,
For the fact that
President
people
Baka, for
online,
the sake of the conversation, President Baka did not take over the state to give us too many excuses. He took over the state to rescue the Liberian people. If he cannot rescue the Liberian people, let him resign. If you want too much time, let him resign and another person will come in to rescue the Liberian people. You cannot talk about rescue and talk about excuse. No.
president cannot resign because of your problem. You know, your problem at the university there.
We are the one who elected him.
A perennial problem. Even President Baka having to move.
And these were the same problems. And these were the same problems the president came to rescue. So why is he complaining? He must rescue those problems. He must rescue us from those problems. He's complaining, but you just talking about giving time. And that's the same old thing. Even you go to the film ministry, you talk about time. So what happens to the 100 days? What happens to let's go to the 100 days? Say you want to talk about time. Say you want to talk about time. Let's go to the 100 days.
We ought to understand one thing. The president had to take his own time. The president has huge load overhead. To run a government does not mean just one day will take 100 days and settle all problems. First and foremost, you got to review it, get fact funding about what is the problem, what causing those problems before you can come up with a solution. So that's what we are telling you, that it is necessary to give the president sometimes at least